Hey guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock here with a second recording for you all today on this Wednesday. Wanted to chat with you all this afternoon about waiting. Waiting. Guys, listen. Waiting is difficult. Now, it may not be to some of you who I envy, who just have the gift of patience, and you were just born with patience. And then there's my kindred spirits out here who are just control freaks, who always have to have your hand in something. You're a type A personality. You're always into business mode and go mode. And then all of a sudden, you realize that there are some things that are not in your control, even though you're used to controlling the majority of things in your life. Well, so if you happen to be a visionary like myself, or you just happen to be someone who is very goal oriented, or maybe your intuition told you that, you wanted to achieve and manifest some things in your life, whatever that could be conceiving a child, a career, a job, a person, a place, a thing, whatever. We all have that thing that we're seeking and that we're waiting to manifest. So when you first saw it and it first came to your spirit, you started grinding like crazy, right? Started grinding like crazy because when you saw it, it seems as if it was like right in your reach. So you're in grind mode, grind. Then all of a sudden, you hit a season where God goes silent on you. Now, anything you do does not work. Your grind does not work. You see no increase in anything, even though you're grinding like crazy. And then you turn and say, okay, God, where are you? Now, God went silent on you. So now God is silent on you. He's not even answering you. You can't even hear from him. Your grind mode is not doing anything. And you're just spinning your wheels. And now you're stuck with, okay, was that really God? Was that really in my spirit, or was that from Satan? Like, what do I do? And it's such a time that can truly confuse you. It can make you doubt the word that you heard. And you have to try to push past that, right? Because, of course, the easy way would just go to fall back into, your normal lifestyle prior to trying to manifest that thing. That's the wrong thing to do. So what will happen in that quiet season is this. You will hear from God telling you to sit your butt down, right? And that's why he's quiet, because he's wanting you to realize that, hey, spin your wheels, nothing's going to happen, so sit down. But you don't want to sit down because you're in go mode, you're in grind mode. So you're like, God didn't tell me to sit down. And so now you're grinding it like crazy. You're grinding. And now you're burnt out from grinding. And now you're burnt out so much that you have no choice but to sit down because you're physically tired. You're physically drained. You're emotionally drained. So you just sit down. And then God will come back to you again and says, okay, so you finally sat down. So now that you've finally sat your butt down, now I can work behind the scenes. Now hear me clearly, my child. While you are sitting, you are to do nothing. Okay? As you've seen, your grinding season has come to an end. So there's nothing you can do at this point. Only I can do what I need to do right now. However, if you get your butt up off of this couch, if you start digging in this again, if you start trying to touch this again, I'm going to go silent on you again, and you're going to stall your process. And then you're like, okay, God. Okay, boo, I got you. So then you're going to sit down on the couch and you don't move for days, weeks, maybe a month. You find things to keep yourself busy because you know God is working. And then all of a sudden you realize God is taking too long. He's taking too long. So maybe he needs just a little bit of help. Maybe if I just try to make this call, maybe if I try to open this door, that will help God. Well, boo, Who do you think you are that God needs your help? I don't mind. So the best thing to do is to help someone else during that season when God has been clear to you and told you to sit your butt down. Now, sit down doesn't mean you sit down and do nothing. That just means take your hands up off of whatever it is you're trying to manifest. You've done your part this far, right? You started the grind season. In your grind season started to get things in motion. Then God stepped in and said, okay, you did your grinding part. Back off for a minute. Let me work some things out behind the scene. I'll come back to you again and then tell you when to go ahead and start moving and how to move in that manifestation season. But right now in this quiet season, I need you to sit down and be quiet. Like for real, for real. Now, it will be very wise to go and help some of my other children. Because for one, that's going to keep your little mind busy and up off of your wants and desires. And two, most importantly, you're helping, a fellow brother or sister. There's no better feeling than helping someone else, or at least for me, it's not. And so you go and you help other people and you get busy in helping others. So you are allowing God time to do what he has to do. And then all of a sudden you feel like, okay, you've helped everybody, who needed help that you've encountered. And that can be a stranger on the corner. That can be a homeless person. That can be a family member. That can be a friend. Whoever comes into your spirit. You help that person get through their troubles. And then all of a sudden, Satan will mess with you now because no one needs help. Now everybody's good to go. You got everybody straight. Family's good. Friends good. Strangers good. You see nobody in sight who needs help with anything. Satan. And then you get bored again. Guess what you're going to want to do? You're going to want to go and try to help God again. Like, God, are you sure there's not anything I can do for you? And he's going to be like, no, boo. I know I'm not moving to your pace, but I'm good. I don't need your help. Sit back down. And you sit yourself back down. Now, nobody needs help. God has told you to sit down and you're bored. Trust me. You're going to start putting your hands right on back in it. Your mind's going to start wondering, can I do this? Can I do that? Satan's going to be telling you, do this, do that. Oh, God. And you know what happens? And when you do, God goes silent on you again. So now you have stalled the process again. And God is quiet on you. You're grinding. It's not working. And now you're forced to sit and wait and wait and wait. Oh, God. And then finally, when you've proven to yourself that God is not playing with you, and until you really sit your behind down and listen, that he will stay far, far away from you. But he loves you so much that he's going to make sure that he covers you with his grace and not let you lose your blessings. But yeah, they're on hold until you truly get to the point where you trust him. But most importantly, you trust his timing and not your own. Guys, I promise you. Listen, I'm a strong woman. Right? But I promise you, waiting is, I don't want to say it's the most difficult thing in my life, but it's up there. It's up there. And I know it's for my benefit because I know, we have to have patience. And sometimes as God bless us with things out of season, we're going to screw it up. It's not going to last. Because we are in our forever season, meaning the things that God have given you now and things you've manifested, they're going to last forever. Because you passed your transition season. You're in your forever season. So there's no more temporary blessings. The blessings he's now is going to give you will last forever. So in order for it to last forever, it has to come into the right season. And within that season is when you are prepared. He's worked on your character. He worked on your patience. He worked on you trusting him. He have cleaned you all up. And now you have a character that can truly say, Lord, I trust you. Even when I don't understand. Even when it doesn't make sense. Even when fear and doubt starts to, come in. I trust you. Once you get to that point, you will then arrive to the manifestation season, right? Where I finally am, and I thank God, Jesus, Lord. You will finally arrive to the manifestation season. But I'm sorry to tell you, even when you arrive to the manifestation season, you will still have to wait. I promise you, I didn't know. I just thought you get to the manifestation season and boom, everything falls into your lap. Nope. You've arrived to the manifestation season, but now you're going to be tested because God knows his child. So what he's going to do, he's going to give you bits and pieces of it to see how you deal with it. All right. So before I give you this entire thing, let me give you a little bit to see if you're going to stay humble, to see if you're going to fall into temptation, to see if you're going to let it cloud your judgment and warp your head and warp your thinking. Let me test you. Let me send some distractions to see if you're going to get distracted or if you're going to focus solely on what I told you is yours. Let me see if you're going to start to doubt and take the generic thing or fall for the generic thing when I told you this is yours. And so you're going to be tested. And guess what? There's a good chance that distractions is going to get you because you're human. You're human. And so what's going to happen is he's going to pull back again. Yes, you've manifested this season. You're in the manifestation season. But you still have to wait until he realizes that you are 100% ready and equipped for that particular blessing. And you will get there. You will manifest it if you don't give up. You're human. You will fall for the distraction at times. That's okay. You're human. The key is this. You will be convicted, right? You will be convicted of that temptation. Either you're going to still ride with that temptation, even though it feels fun or it feels good or whatever it may be. You're going to ride with that and you're going to get convicted. If you choose to avoid and ignore that conviction and ride with that temptation, you prove to God that you're not ready. You prove to God that you're willing to settle for the generic brand. But if you're convicted and you shut it down, it might be difficult, but if you shut it down and you be like, oh my God, I can't even believe I got distracted with this thing, that person, this whatever. All right, I got to cut it off. Let me shut it off. Let me get back to focus. Let me get back to what he promised me. And because you prove to him that you're willing to remove and stay obedient to remove the things and the people and the places that he told you to, in order to get back aligned with him and his purposes, now he realized he can trust you. He knows you're not perfect. He still knows you're not perfect. But now guess what? He can give you a little bit more. And when he gives you the little bit more, you will be tested again. But this time you should pass the test because you realize Satan knows what areas to tempt you in. And slowly but surely, you keep passing your tests, and you will manifest whatever it is that God says belongs to you. Yeah. So I just want to encourage you guys. Don't give up, guys. Don't give up. I know you want all of it right now. But if you're honest with yourself, if he gives it all to you, 100%, are you really ready for it? Would you be able to attain it for a lifetime without it flopping on you? So if your answer is no, then you still know you have a little more work to do. So trust this timing. Trust this process. I can say it to you, but I always tell you guys, as I am encouraging you, as I'm speaking to you, I'm speaking to myself. I'm encouraging myself. So you guys have a great one. I'm going to go back to waiting. My phone never stops. You guys have a great one.